My life a riddle, riddle my life. A riddle of high and low, of light and dark, of bondage and freedom. Why are you riddle? I shall find you out. Now it occurs to me in the riddles of life that being in love is a great agency of power. We must be in love. For us in the light of truth we find our lover in the white cloud and walk with him in the misty way, in love. I hold his hand, I look him in the eyes, and he says to me, I will hide you in the palm of my hand and under the brow of my eye. So it occurs to me again in the riddle of things that part of us must be hidden, and if part of us is not hidden then we become food for the feeders, and in the spiritual worlds there are hungry creatures. In my mind in the night I saw a monster, something like a huge octopus that had taken hold of my life or circumstances in some way, and an angel with a piercing sword stabbed it, and I was free, and at once the one above all said to me, there is risk in freedom. So it occurs to me there is greater risk in freedom than in bondage, and conversely, greater potential in freedom than in bondage. The things of God are high. The principles of heaven, the treasures have a fundamental state. They are all very high, and by high I mean there is risk of falling down. There is much to lose. Let us not have a fear of heights. The things of heaven, and its freedom, have an exquisite quality of value, exactly because it is separate from something. And this something is always nearby at its border. God lives in the highest state of risk, yet he is unmovable. He is also a risk-taker, and so must we be. Now I had said above many parts of us must be hidden, otherwise we fall off the high cliff and become creatures of the ground. The misty walk above must be hidden, it is between you and him. Parts of our mind must also be hidden. In this regard I have a family member, she is an old lady now, and she had a psychiatric episode of madness. She is better now. But over her years she had never learned to keep her brain inside her. Indeed, her brain and its mind is not hidden, is deliberately trading externally, exposed, accessible, but she had moved her mind externally so that she could trade better with the external particles and strings of other minds and circumstances. Her mind, unconsciously, had calculated this to be a strategic advantage. In a dream last night she appeared and she shouted, I am public. I knew exactly what she meant by the word public. Her mind is trading without hiddenness, she is exposed and vulnerable, and also potent. Because the external mind is a loose machine, it has the power of a scorpion's tail, it can implant into others, implant itself into other people's minds and the world of their mind. It can assimilate other minds into the domain world of its own, even as its domain world is a public domain dimension. You must believe me that humans can be absorbed into the worlds of others, and these worlds are like domains of ownership and power.